Hi guys, welcome back to another Minimum Wagers Kitchen. I'm Gigi, and today we are going to be making some delicious, easy peanut butter cookies. On a budget, of course. Today I'm going to actually be making you 3 kinds of peanut butter cookies, so I'll be making 3 individual batches for these. For the first one, that'll be just the original peanut butter cookie. I like to call that one the OG cookie. For the second one, I'm going to go ahead and be making you something really simple, but just to spruce it up a little bit, make it a little different. I'm going to go ahead and make you chocolate chip and peanut butter chip peanut butter cookies. Yum! And for the third cookie, I'm going to make you something totally different. That one is going to be a toasted sesame seed and ginger. That one is really good. I've made it before, but I've kind of tweaked the recipe a little bit to make it a little bit more flavorful. So I'm very excited to try that one out as well with you. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started with the recipe, shall we? Alright guys, so let's get started with the ingredients here. For the ingredients, there's really not a lot of ingredients in this, although the only thing that's really expensive in this whole thing would be the $1 million egg, because, you know, eggs now are $12 million per 12 pack, is that right? $12 million? Sounds about right. So for today's ingredients, this is going to be for all 3 batches, by the way. So for the basic peanut butter cookie recipe, I'm going to be using 1 cup of just regular peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. Alright guys, all 3 recipes are very easy and they are also very budget friendly. So what I like to start out with is make sure you go ahead and preheat your oven at 350. That way by the time you're done getting all of this set up, and also to the ingredients mixed in, your cookie is on the baking sheet and ready to go, that oven should be preheated. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start with our cup of peanut butter. And make sure you really scrape that one. So for this first recipe, I had some peanut butter left over that was the crunchy kind. I'll show you here. Get a little bit of the crunchy peanuts in there. Kind of give it a little extra texture there. So I went ahead and used that, and you totally can. For the next ingredient, that's going to be that cup of sugar. And then of course the 1 egg, make sure you beat that real quick. And dump that right in. Our teaspoon of vanilla extract. And a pinch of salt. Alright, so there's that on the bowl. Now, super easy. Just go ahead and mix this. Make sure you scrape your sides and make sure you're getting the peanut butter and that egg really well incorporated. And what I like to do personally is go around the edges and then bring everything in the middle. That way, you get a good mix. And this will look like cookie dough once you're done mixing it. This also doesn't take very long to mix, by the way. Alright, you guys. This took me like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, not even, to kind of mix together. And that's because really I just want to make sure everything was mixed in pretty well. So now we've got like that cookie dough consistency here. Alright, so our first batch is done. I'm going to go ahead and get the other 2 batches ready as well. And I'll show you how to put all the ingredients together for the other 2 batches. We'll go ahead and get everything scooped up onto some cookie sheets and then baked off. I'll see you in just a second. Alright, so I've got these 3 batches all done. So got the first one here, and then the other 2 batches ready to go. And now, let's go ahead and make the other 2 recipes now that we're done with the OG recipe. Alright, you thought that was easy for that recipe here that I just showed you how to make these amazing, delicious peanut butter cookies? And really, guys, all you have to add is half a cup of chocolate chips and half a cup of peanut butter chips. So since we have this all ready to go with our cookie dough, I'm just going to go ahead and dump that right in. into our peanut butter cookie dough. All right, yum. And now really all you have to do is, just like when you're mixing this together and putting it together, start from the outside and get your cookie dough in. So from the outside, a little trickier this way, but that way you can see. That way you're really incorporating all those chocolate and peanut butter chips in there, so they're well distributed. And again, that took no time at all. Really, like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, not even. So yeah, there you go. So that is round 2 for the second recipe. Now let's move on to the third recipe. All right, so for the third recipe, that's going to be that sesame ginger peanut butter cookie. Same standard recipe as the OG peanut butter recipe, except this time I'm going to go ahead and add half a cup of toasted sesame seeds and some ginger as well. So I went ahead and pureed my ginger today because it's just a little bit easier with the cookies, but you can mince it really, really fine. So for today, we're going to be using 3 teaspoons for the ginger. And that goes right in here. All right, so same story. We're going to go ahead and start from the outside and start mixing inward. This one will take just a few moments longer, just because you want to make sure that ginger is really incorporated in there, and also too, those sesame seeds aren't sticking to the side of the bowl. You also don't want loose sesame seeds all over at the bottom of the bowl or side of the bowl. You really want them in the cookie. All right, so that is what the sesame ginger peanut butter cookie dough looks like. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get all 3 here. All right, now that we have all of our 3 batches here, I'm going to go ahead and line some cookie sheets, show you guys how to get these all set up on the cookie sheet here, scooped up. We'll get these in the oven baked off, and then we'll go ahead and taste them. And I am excited because these smell amazing. I mean, if they didn't have raw egg, I'd be sitting here just picking at this, because especially the sesame ginger one. Oh, smells really good. All right, you guys, I'll see you in just a few moments. All right, so now that I have my cookie sheets lined, and I went ahead and lined 3 cookie sheets with a little bit of parchment paper, just makes life a little bit easier for you. You don't have to line them with these because they are obviously peanut butter, so they do have quite a bit of oil content to them. They won't stick, but just to keep it all nice and clean. All right, guys, let's get scooping. So for the cookies today, I'm going to just be using a standard cookie scoop, and that's usually about like a quarter of a scoop, like an ice cream scoop. So what I like to do is really get that cookie dough packed in there onto the side, and then just do that. So you want to leave about ½ an inch to 1 inch per cookie. You should be able to get 3 cookies across. And just like that. Kind of looks like ice cream. And apparently, I really want to eat this cookie dough today. Alright, you guys, I'm going to finish scooping the last couple cookies here, and then I'll show you how to put the indentation on top of them so that way they bake evenly. I'll be right back. Alright, cookies are scooped. And by the way, you don't need to use a cookie scoop for this. So you can actually grab the dough, roll it in your hand into a ball, and then just slightly push it down. So for the yield for this, it's going to be 12 cookies. And these are going to be pretty standard size cookies. And let me actually show you what I mean by, you can literally just grab this and make it into a ball, and then just press. And there you go. Whoops! Maybe I shouldn't let these fly off the cookie sheet, huh? Alright, so all I'm going to need is a fork. So, doesn't matter what kind of fork. And I'll go ahead and start here so you can see this one right here. Let's start on that one here. So all I'm going to do is push down and then go across. Oop, and that one I can show you. Ta-da! There you go, super simple. And the nice thing is too, is the fork really does all the work for you. What I really want to do is make sure that I have a divot in the center so it cooks evenly. That way when the cookie spreads out, you're not going to have a raw center. Alright, let me go ahead and show you a couple more. Super easy. I like to hold my fork, it just gives you a little bit more stability that way. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the one that I just rolled out with my hand. And let me go ahead and show you so far. There you go. Now I'll show you how thick they should be. And that's really how thick they should be. Alright you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish indenting these here. I'll show you how to scoop the other cookies as well and what they look like. Be right back. Alright, so the chocolate chip and peanut butter chip cookies here. I went ahead and got these all scooped up as well. So there you go. That's what they look like as well. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing on these. Press down. 4. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over just a little bit because that's a little too close. And get these all finished up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish round 2 on these peanut butter chocolate chip and peanut butter chip cookies, and I'll show you what they look like. So there's the chocolate chip and peanut butter cookies all ready to go. Alright, now that these are done, I'm going to go ahead and scoop up those sesame seed and ginger cookies, and I'll show you what they look like before they go into the oven. I'll be right back. Alright guys, round 3. The toasted sesame and ginger peanut butter cookies. Oh, they smell so good. And if you've noticed, all 3 batches are going to be yielding 12 cookies each. So these, same thing, we're going to go ahead and scoop these. Make sure you press onto the side there. The nice thing too about these, they're so easy to make, there's not a lot of ingredients involved, and they're inexpensive. So, I mean, you can literally make these, within an hour, cooled off and everything, and ready to eat. Alright you guys, so now for round 3, the toasted sesame and ginger peanut butter cookies are all ready to be pressed here. Alright guys, same thing, press down with the fork, and voila! 3rd cookies are done. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and put these in the oven, and I've gone ahead and preheated the oven at 350, and we're going to go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 9 to 11 minutes. Alright you guys, let's pop these in the oven. Starting with the OGs here. And our chocolate chip and peanut butter chip. And for our extra fancy different, toasted sesame seeds and ginger. Alright, timer here. I'm going to go ahead and set these for 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and check about 8 minutes or so. You'll definitely know because you will smell it. And the whole house will fill up and it's going to smell like wonderful peanut butter cookies. Alright, you guys, I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Alright, you guys, cookies are ready to come out of the oven. Let me go ahead and turn off the oven here. And let's take a look at these. So here are the, whoa, that's hot. Here are the OGs, and that's just the standard peanut butter recipe. And here are the chocolate chip and peanut butter cookies. Whoa! Don't want to burn myself there. All right, and for the last one, oh yeah, these smell really good too. So these are the toasted sesame seed and ginger peanut butter cookies. Alright, you guys, now that these are all out of the oven, and boy, that's a lot of cookies, I'm going to go ahead and let these cool for about 20 minutes. Here's a tip for these specifically. Because of how the cookie cools, and it will harden as it cools, but right now they're in a very delicate stage, so trying to move them around or trying to put them onto, like, for example, putting them directly on the cooling rack with the parchment paper, if you tried to slide those off right now, they'll just break apart. They're very delicate. So I'm going to go ahead and let these cool down for about 20 minutes, and I will see you in just a few moments, and we'll try them out. I am so excited about these toasted sesame ginger peanut butter cookies, you guys. So I will see you in just a few moments, and we'll try them out. Yay! Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That way you can find more videos. Alright, you guys, cookies are cooled, and yes, those really only took 20 minutes. So let me go ahead and show you the different cookies here. So for the peanut butter, that's the one I just rolled with my hands. Pretty standard looking. Yeah. And then we've got also the peanut butter OG here. And by the way, we used a little bit of that crunchy peanut butter for this, because I just wanted to use that up. So these should be pretty good. Chocolate chip and peanut butter cookie right here. And that's what that looks like. And I'll show you the back too. That way it's not burned. And then for the fancy one, for the last one, that one is going to be that toasted sesame and ginger. And you can see those sesame seeds in there. If you flip her over, you definitely see those sesame seeds for sure. Yeah. Oh, so excited to try this one out for sure. And you sure get a whole lot of cookies out of that. And granted, I know eggs are expensive right now, but we're only using one egg for just one batch. And you can even split it up into 3 different batches and make a couple cookies here and there of like different things. Alright, you guys, now let me go ahead and show you these. So that's the chocolate chip and peanut butter cookies. These right here are the toasted sesame seed with ginger. And the standard OG. And these are just regular peanut butter. And again, I use crunchy peanut butter for these, so that way they have a little extra texture. Well, you guys, I'm so ready to try these, especially this toasted sesame and ginger peanut butter cookie. So let's go ahead and taste these, shall we? Alright, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the OG standard peanut butter cookie here. And that's the one with the crunchy peanut butter. And I'm actually going to go ahead and break this for you. That way you can see pretty much what every cookie looks like inside. Here we go. Alright, well, let's give this a taste, shall we? Yum. Nice and crunchy on the outside, like a good cookie. Not dry on the inside, and nice and chewy on the inside as well. That is absolutely delicious, and it's gone. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and try the one that I just rolled with my hand. And again, this one is the standard OG. I did use the crunchy peanut butter, obviously, for this, so it will have the pieces of peanut in there. Bam! Now you can take a look. And I'll show you the texture on the inside as well for this one. Yeah. Super nice. Alright, you guys, let's give this a taste. That's really good as well. Absolutely. I do have to say I like the texture better of these, just because it really ties in with the crunchy peanuts in there. But I think that if I was gonna have like just regular peanut butter, I think it would be fine just rolling with your hand. So yum. Oh my goodness. Wow, I just realized I ate a cookie and a half, and I still have 2 to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down and go to the next one. Alright, you guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and try that chocolate chip and peanut butter chip peanut butter cookie. Yum. Oh wow. That is delectable. And it's amazing that, you know, the chips didn't melt all the way, but they melted just enough. Oh, it just makes it so yummy and chewy and crispy on the outside. These are even like chewier with that chocolate in there. Oh my gosh. Really good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to put that one down as well because I still have that cookie to go. And for the grand finale, dun dun dun, the toasted sesame and ginger peanut butter cookie. Let me go ahead and break this apart as well. Nice and chewy on the inside. Got all those little sesame seeds too. You can see a ton of those. There you go. There you go. Well, let's go ahead and give this a try, shall we? Wow. Wow, that's delicious. I am so glad I added that extra ginger in there. I don't think I had added initially enough ginger, so I did add that extra teaspoon. And I also made sure that it was really, really minced finely, or at least pureed. And pureed, it actually really worked well on this one. So good. Having the toasted sesame seeds as opposed to just regular sesame seeds makes a huge difference on the flavor profile of this cookie, especially too with that peanut butter, because it already has that nutty toasty flavor as well. Combining it with that sesame seed, the toastiness of that, and the ginger really, really just makes this incredible. Wow, this is an incredible cookie. You have to try this out. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't stop eating this. It's so good. Well, you guys, these were all so good. I mean, really just super tasty, super easy to make, and I mean, no time at all. I made these in what, less than an hour? So like 3 batches, 10 minutes in the oven, 20 minutes to cool. That was about 40 minutes right there. Seriously, for all these cookies. I mean, no time at all. And now I'm going to go ahead and break down how much these cost. Alright, you guys, let's talk cost. Alright, so for the OG cookies, those were $2.31 a batch, and that came out to about 19 cents per cookie, and that makes 12 cookies, by the way, for each batch. So these down here are going to be our spendier ones, believe it or not. And that's the one with the chocolate chips and peanut butter chips, peanut butter cookies. So those came out, for one batch, it was $5.27, and that's about 43 cents per cookie. So the reason these cost a little bit more is because I used fancier chocolate chips. You can use less inexpensive chocolate chips, so. Alright, you guys, and then for the last one here, for the toasted sesame seed and ginger peanut butter cookies, those came out to $3.02 per batch, and then for each cookie, that would be about 25 cents. Well, you guys, I had a great time making all these cookies, and I certainly hope that you get to try the recipe out. And if you do, definitely leave me a comment. Also, too, let me know what you'd like to see next. Well, you guys, I had so much fun making all these super tasty, yummy, easy to make peanut butter cookies for you today, especially those toasted sesame ginger peanut butter cookies. Those were so good. Definitely try out the recipe and let me know what you think. And in the meantime, I will see you on the next Minimum Wagers Kitchen. See you next Saturday. See you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.